Good morning. When internet and all else fails, turn the phone off, turn it back on. And it seems to have helped. So good morning. How you doing? What you making these days? I got some things I want to make and show and tell. This is what this is like. This is more of a show and tell. I get to make and show and tell. And I got company today. What you doing over there, buddy? Got company today. You want to see my buddy? Want to see? Say hi, buddy. Want to be on TV? Say hi, buddy. Say hi. Say hi. This is Buster. Buster's a 3-year-old mountain cur. We found him and his sister playing in the highway, and guess what? He lives here now. Unfortunately, his sister had some issues, and we had to put her down, but we still have Buster. He's a great watchdog. He is probably the best dog I've ever had when it comes to just being even-keeled, guard dog. He's a great dog. So, well, I'll show you what I got on today. Let's see. I'll pull myself up over here. Let's see if it seems to have solved the internet issue. Yeah, there I am. Sound is on. So welcome. Here is my goodie earrings. I've worn these before. These are one of my favorite pairs of earrings. You see if I can help it focus in a little bit. It's got a heart at the bottom. Look at that pretty black bead. One of my favorite pairs. I love twisted jump rings. They're one of my favorite pairs. I want my gold pair, my gold go-to pair. I have two really favorite gold go-to pair that I'll wear a lot, you'll notice. And then this is a sweet little necklace that is needing a new clasp. So it fell off me this morning, so I'm going to have to work on that a little bit. If I manually take care of the clasp, it works. But this was a piece that was Zane's grandma's. And it's looks like pearl on the front with a little cross. It's a locket. And on the back it says, yours forever. Edith, I think it's got an E and a G. Edith Garner was her name. So I would imagine that Buster, we gotta catch Buster. He's trying to steal Bone. Buster, that's not for you, buddy. I know, that's not for you, buddy. He's trying to get Briggs's bone. You got a bone over there. Go get your other bone. Go on, go get your other bone. He's got a good nose. That's what makes him a good, hunting dog. But we don't want him to be a hunting dog. We just want him to be a house dog. So anyways, this is one of my favorite pieces. The clasp, if I manually shut it, it shuts, but it works its way open. So I need to put a new ring on the back of it and fix that. So somebody's here today. I'd like to see who that is. Is that Zane? My husband likes to peek in on me, or it could be Tina, my good friend who lives in Michigan, but now lives in Florida. She's down there soaking up the sun, enjoying the breeze and put this back on, enjoying the breeze. I'll show you what we did last week. Oh, Tina's there now. Yeah, that must be Tina. It's popping up saying Tina's here. So, hey, Tina. So, last week we made this, what do you call it? I've lost the word, but here's the little hoop that we made. Put it on a chain, bolero, and then you push it through here and let it dangle. I added a bunch of beads at the bottom. You can wear it short, up high, let it dangle low, or down or low like that together. I like how it turned out. I love the colors. I love the design combination, the mixture of beads, AB beads, transparent beads, crystal at the bottom. Looks very pretty. Little teeny 6/0 beads in there. I used 9 and 9, and I wire wrapped that. So, I like how that turned out. Lariat. Thanks, Tina. Tina came on and said lariat. So that's what we made last week. I wanted to show, I found this in my findings. I'm going to put this online. This is a beautiful 32 aquamarine pendant. It's very pretty. I'm not really a pendant girl, so, you might think, well, why don't you put that in your stash? I like it, but it's just I don't rarely wear cabochons. But it was in some of the things that I bought, and it's in sterling silver, and it's really pretty. I thought at first it was Larimer, but when I looked further, it's aquamarine. Can you see it? I wonder how close I can get. Yeah, there you go. I can get that close. And look at the pretty veil on it. It's got little holes in it. Makes it look a little vintage. A little ornate, classy looking. I like that. Anyway, I'm going to put that online. I wanted to, I did a video. I did a couple of videos. I am kind of a spontaneous. I like organization, don't get me wrong. I do organize. But I like to be a little spontaneous. Like I always have got several things I want to do. And then I'm like, okay, which one are you going to do? You got to pick one. You can't do more than one. You only have so much time. So I did a few videos of basics. I'm going to have basic videos. And the basic videos have tools, like stretch magic or stretch, bracelets. And what was the third one I did? Escaped me. But anyway, all my stuff is on YouTube as well under the same name, Faceted Bead. And you can see it there. Oh, I know what it was. I showed how I revitalized these. These are another pair of earrings I wore forever. And I like them. They're long. They're great silver. They go with everything. I've thrown these on a zillion million times. But I'll tell you, the base metal came through. And they were starting to look gold. And what I did was I just took some patina paint. And that's the video I showed of where I took the patina paint and revitalized these earrings and painted them twice. And now they're back like the way I like. I even painted the back. The back was starting to show just a hair. And they've turned out good. They'll go back up in my jewelry bin to wear. And it'll be interesting to see if I still wear them like I did. So we're going to do stretch bracelets today. And it's hard for me to do these basics, but, I think it's important. Makes me think it through. I'm not a natural teacher, so makes me verbalize what I like to do. And what got me started is I helped this gal who has 2 arm stacks that she wears all the time. She lives in a nursing home, and she wears them all the time. So I test them once in a while. And this one here was really loose, and that's what my video is about. It's just showing you that stretch bracelets are great, and they're really popular. But stretch bracelets aren't a matter of if they will break. It's when they will break. So you have to keep an eye on them. So I redid this one. Now it's nice and strong. She can wear it. And I'll just keep checking her arms every once in a while. I'll say, hey, honey, that one's, you can tell. They're kind of stretched out. The last thing you want to do, especially is some of these beautiful gemstones ones people are doing. You don't want to, unless you're really careful and you don't get them wet and you just wear them and then take them off, they're going to last a little longer. But even so, I've gotten some used stretch bracelet material. I've thrown it away because when I pull on it, it just gets old. It's plastic, I think. I'm not really sure what it's made of, but it's probably plastic. So I got me some stretch magic here, and that's what we're going to use today. We're going to do a bracelet. I'm going to try to do a bracelet with some goodies. So let me put you up here so you can see my goodies. I get a little excited to show my goodies. So here's some goodies that I got. Okay, you just tap it twice. It usually flips around. There we go. We got it to work. Okay. me turn this up a little bit. This thing's like a little monster. You know what I mean? The little thing that I use to, it's like a little monster. I got it down there really tight too. Okay, that's what I needed. There we go. Okay, now that we're situated. So we're going to do a little stretch. So everybody knows if they've done this before. If not, you always take the cord, cut off a little more than you need, and stretch it. Just give it a good couple stretches. And, you know, you can, if you need to, wrap it around your arm. And I'm just always super generous. It gives me room for who knows what down the road when I'm doing it right. So one of the things that I got is some of these, when I buy used stuff from people, I got this beautiful necklace. And what do people do with it? You restring it. You put it in your designs. I'm not going to tear that one apart today, but in the design that I have now, I found one, the smaller one. Look at that pretty little link that's on there. Isn't that pretty? It's got two of them actually. So this is a double one. So here's a double one. So what I'm going to do is tear these apart and make them a part of my stretch bracelet. If the holes are big enough, that's always the key. So here's some of the components I came up with. Now, pearls always have small holes, but I like the pearls. And this is what really came to my mind was these. I think this is rose quartz. They're nice and cold. I love that feel of how cold they are. And they're chunky big nuggets. They're pretty big nuggets. So I'm going to use some of those. And then I'm not really sure. I found this. I believe that is moonstone and then labradorite. Look at that, me knowing the names of stones. Amazing. So it's a toss-up between those and these. And I'm probably going to use these. Not only do I like the color, I like the size. But, you know, I could put both in there if I wanted to, couldn't I? And then I'm going to pepper a few of these in there. Great place to put them. You wouldn't believe the earrings. I had an assignment one time from a lady. It was her grandmother's. And she gave me one of these and had me make a whole bunch of earrings. And she was able at Christmas to give them to all her family. So it's interesting to look at the different shapes, you know, like what shapes would I like in it. I think I like these round ones right here. So, and then I found a few like size 6 beads in case I need them to put in. I found a little teeny heart maybe to put in. And then I found a button and a little charm that I might put. A button, a little heart, and where's my little charm? Here's my little charm. I thought these were cute, little praying hands. So, let's see what we can come up with. Put a few of these 6 out. Now that would make, what I got there would make quite a few bracelets, wouldn't it? But we're just going to do one today. And isn't this fun? I found this was in, I'm wondering if it's gold or not. I have to go ask the coin guy. I found it in one of the necklaces that really basically needed to be, you know, it had had its heyday. It was over. So what we need to see is test our cord and see if it will actually go through these beads, and see it won't. Oh, look at that. It does go through. At least it goes through that one. La-di-da-da. Lucky me. And then I'm going to pull this apart. Now, I don't know what's on these holding them together, but it's got some good string on there. So have a pile of these. And you know, I honestly don't. Well, maybe one of the reasons it's hard for me to do stretch bracelets is I don't think I own one. Can you believe that? I didn't look in my box, but I don't think I own one. So I am going to now because I think I'll make two. I'll put one online to sell, and then I will, because I have two of these hearts. And yeah, I think I will. So back to my basic design premise is let's move these out of the way, move these out of the way. I usually do 3s and 5s, 10s or 7s, and I got to tear this last one apart. Let's put this over here. Now we see our little components that we have. Can you see all those? At least a couple of them. That's our ingredients right there. Don't you just love doing that? Putting all the ingredients together. I do. Oh, look what I found. I'm going to put this, I thought it would be interesting. I thought you would think it was interesting that one of, what is most popular in my shop. Now in my shop, I have finished jewelry, ephemera, sterling silver, charms, and sterling silver, a few pieces. I have lots of pieces, more to go in. And charm holders. And do you know, these charm holders are crazy hot. Between the charms and these, I've been selling them. So that's been kind of interesting and cool. So if you are a jewelry person and you have some charm holders or ability to make charm holders, they wouldn't be that hard to make. You can tell this is an original necklace when you look at the how it's put together here, like this clasp and the way that they put that together there. Isn't that interesting? These here would make some great earrings or a rosary connection. Okay, got us some of these. I think I like these sizes. Now, oftentimes these are graduated, but you know what I do is I mix them so that you can't tell that they're graduated. You know, if you get them close enough in size, it's really not that big of a deal. It really is preference. Now, these two look like they're the same, but I think I kind of like that size there. I hear Buster over there snoozing. He's the best dog. All the other dogs, when they come downstairs, they kind of freak out. What are we doing down here? When are we going home? I'm like, this is home. It's the basement. No, this ain't home. I want to go home. They're so funny. So aren't they pretty? Theirs are so pretty. They got it there. I don't know if you can see them on there. They got like that on one side, that AB coating. I don't know what AB stands for, but it's a coating that gives like a sheen. Looks like it's on top of the bead or right on the inside, and then the other side is translucent and clear. And it's got these beautiful faceted, that's what my name of my store is, Faceted. I liked the name because faceted, we as people are multifaceted, and I'm fascinated with how we're made. And I love faceted beads. My eye will always go to faceted beads. I'll be like, oh, round, nice. Okay. Now I like round, don't get me wrong, but when a faceted bead pops up, it overrides anything that's, So remember, we stretched our cord. I'm getting on side note. And if you want, you can use a clip on the end so you don't lose your work. Then you just start designing. So now I've never made a stretch bracelet, but I can't imagine this is going to be hard. But we'll just put it together, and guess what? If I don't like it, I will change it around, because that's what I can do. So how's Miss Tina today? Aurora Borealis. Oh, is that the name of the stone? Oh, AB is Aurora Borealis. I never knew that. That's pretty cool. Aurora Borealis. That sounds like some star, something in the sky. That is cool. I have to talk more and look that up. Aurora Borealis. I bet it's a process or maybe a process, you think, of how it's put on there? I don't know. Okay. Now you know this isn't going to take very long, and you know why? Because typically, and that's coming off. Sorry. I think I want to put these in between instead. Moonstone. Chocolate Moonstone, I believe this is what this is called. And we got one that's a little tough. Doesn't want to let me put the material through. Look at that. They're both wanting to be tough. We just keep going till we find what we want. Look at that. Isn't that something? It starts, but then the other side is persnickety. Isn't that something? Now, I don't know how hard a bracelet. Oh, look at that. We got one to work. See, I think I like the contrast that better with that for there. What I'll do is I'll just keep pulling them off here of the string until I get some that work for me. But I am kind of in love with Isn't that interesting? They got the one side, works great, but then when it gets to the other side, which I think I can solve that issue very easily because I have my drill set up, but it really depends on how strong that stone is. So let's give it a go. I just love having that set up like that. So I just drilled it, see if I was able to open it enough to get see, it all is going to depend on how strong that stone is, if I can get the hole to bigger. Well, we're not going to spend a lot of time on that. No. I just need 3 of them. So let's just move on to instead of trying to make it bigger. I know pearls are a lot softer and easier to work and make the hole wider. And, oh good, we found one. And, do right on live, but we'll move on till we find one, because I love that chocolate moonstone. Yeah, we found 3 right off. Good for us. Good for us. Okay, now let's see. Let's get us a pearl on here. I'm really happy the pearl fits. I love coin pearls. I just think they are the bomb. Okay, I got 3 of those on there. So we've used, and then I have this heart that I'd like to incorporate. Maybe not. Maybe. Let's put these in between. What would be cool is to have a different shape. Let's use these shapes. I think these are really pretty. Yeah, let's use these shapes. Isn't that pretty? It's kind of like a bicone, but it's not a bicone. Sort of like a bicone. It's a very intricate, faceted bead. It's got a zillion facets on it. More than most stones. Isn't that pretty? Okay. Got those on there. Let's put another pearl. Maybe we put this on. Let's see if we like this. This is a heavy bead. And I don't know if I like the color of it with it. It is pretty. I just threw it out here because it matched, sort of. And I think I'm going to pass on it. Let's see how these do. Now these here are we're going to have the same thing. These here are really pretty. They have like a bluish sheen to them. Like right there on that one's fairly pretty. I'm just going to have to go through the string until like we did the others, until I find ones that work. I really wanted to put a bunch of these on too, because the material is harder. Tina says it looks great with the quartz. Is your thread cut on the diagonal? Oh, that's a good point. That would help, wouldn't it? Let's do that. Let's take the edge of it and cut it on the diagonal. Now that I got those nice, crisp cutters I got, I put a video out. It's on my YouTube channel, and I will post it to my page eventually, and it tells of the 4 basic tools you need for jewelry. Because I took a course. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? I love that blue sheen in there. Isn't that pretty? Now I almost wish I'd have put the blue in between those and just not use the chocolate in that one. But that's how design goes. And if I can find enough that have holes in them that will let me do it, then we can go there. And that one says, no, we're not going to go today. That one says, absolutely no. And what's interesting to me is it goes in, see that? It's the other side of the hole. They were good at getting the one side of the hole to work, but not the other. So, yep, most of them are like that. You can get them in part of the way. Yay, we got one. So I need just one more, because I'll put 5. Oh, that's the wrong strand. Wrong strand, wrong color. So you have to consider that when you buy gemstones, what thread and what size metal that you use. I always tend to go to the thicker material. Isn't that pretty? Let's put some pearls on. Let's put some pearls on. Now some of these pearls have some flaws, and I'm going to set those aside. They got a little bit of flaw going on, like a little piece of them came off. So let's try, which I don't mind a little bit. I like organic looking. I know what one of my favorite stones is, the opal. Oh, I had no idea when I got that opal that those holes would be so teeny weeny. It was quite the ordeal to string that. And, you know, I have to say I have a little bit of fear in that, will that necklace that I did come off? I hope not. I hope not. Then we got 2 on. It's funny, I always look up at the clock, and it's about 9 o'clock when I look up. Oh, yeah, Northern Lights, Aurora Borealis. Tina said, the Northern Lights. Is your thread cut on the die? Look, so I add 3. Now, because I'm not really that proficient, because this is my first, really, you know. Now I've made them for other people. I just haven't made them for myself. I'm going to try it on to see how many more I need to put on there, because I want it to be tight. I don't want it to be loose. And I think I'm going to put some of these on, the big ones. Let's see. The little ones don't shine as much as the big ones. I wonder if these little ones are, these are plastic. I think the little ones, the little spacers they have in there are not the same as these. I'll show you. They are not the same. These here are the actual crystals. But these little teeny ones are probably going to go in the trash because they are plastic. I'm sure of it. These here, they're plastic. Now they're great spacers, but isn't it a shame that those aren't the same? Okay, so let's put one. Let's put a little one. And then the next size, I better lay this out. So I did a little one, the next size, and then the big one. Let's see how that is. Or can we do it even like this? I wonder if that will be too many. That might be too many. So let's take that little one off and that little one off and just do these. Let's see how this goes. This is doing it with the way I'm putting these in. It's almost giving it a I think that's going to work. Giving it like a front. Usually, these bracelets don't really have a front per se. Because I'm putting this design in here like this, kind of giving it a front. And I think that's good. I didn't end up using the, I think that's too many. Honestly. Yeah, too many. I'll pop these two off. The pearls off. Let's see how this is. Yes, that's perfect. Perfecto. Oh. I just pulled some of them off accidentally. And actually, I'm going to take that one off. And that one. And just put these three on because I want it to be tight. I love being able to do this. I love to have people hang out with me and just make jewelry. That's what I love. So that's what I'm hoping will happen. If it doesn't happen, we'll go to plan B, whatever plan B comes up to be. But right now, I think it would be just fun and to have people hang out and make jewelry. Yeah, I think that's really nice. I like that. Look at that pretty sheen in there. And since I have time, I'm going to pull this out. Yes, I did. I pulled that out. And I'm going to exchange that smoky quartz or smoky moonstone for the labradorite. I just think I like that color better. You know, I just think I get too excited. I get too excited and want to put all of it in there. And look at that pretty sheen in there. Sometimes simple is better. Right, Tina? Or Zane, whoever's watching. Zane's probably on there now too. I don't know. He didn't call me, so I don't know if it's raining there or not at his job. Or if he's headed home or what. Let's pull some more off. We're going to pull them all off till we find ones that got good holes in them. We got a good hole in that one. Put this one on. Look at that, goes in, but it won't go the whole way. Even though you squash it. Try to squash it in there. It won't go. Won't go. Come on now. We are going to have a gemstone. We are going to have a gemstone stretch bracelet if we have to work hard at it, aren't we? I don't want those skinny ones. I want some bigger ones. But the stones are going to make me work for it, aren't they? You know, this end's not, I'm on the other end, so I might want to slice that sideways. Let's see if I can get that to work. And yep. Look at that, goes in, but it doesn't go to the other side. I just keep taking them off the string till I get ones that work. Well, I only needed 3. I only needed 3. Nope. Look at that. Goes in. Zane's been sending me a video of a guy who makes stones, and I'm like, oh, I don't know if I want to watch that, because watch me get interested in that, and then want to give it a go. It seems like a whole nother level of jewelry that I know I would probably fall in love with. So yeah, I don't know if I want to watch it, but I'll probably watch some of it, but like reluctantly, so that I don't want to go. You know, like right now, I want to move to Arizona to go to Potter USA and hang out and just use the tools. Oh boy, we got it. We got it. We got it. We got it. See, I got it on there. I had to work for it. I had to work for it. But that's okay. That's what jewelry making is. It's a labor of beauty love. Let's see. Now what do we got? So we had, what did we have next? Let's put a pearl. I don't remember what we had next. Oh, I think we just had these. Let's put these on and then measure it. Don't you love that one? That's a big one. That's a big one right there. The dog's over there snoring. Snoring. Oh, it needs a little bit more. So, because I got so much in front of me, I'm not sure what I had on there. We'll just redesign it and however we want it. So, let's put a pearl on this side. Now let's put the pearl on the other side where the other pearl is. I'm also a sucker for coin pearls. I'll put one more and see if that's a go. Actually, I'm just going to put a stone. What do you think of that? This is my first stretch bracelet. Let's give it a go one last time. And I think that's going to be a go. So here is the tricky way. You take and, like you're going to tie your shoes. I always give it a little stretch. Then I knot it like you're tying your shoes. Overhand. That direction. Then you flip and do the opposite. I always have to think this through. So you go like that, so you go like that. You do the opposite. So you've knotted it 2 different ways. And you give it a really good tug. Now, you can glue that a little bit. Just be careful you don't glue your beads. You know, will I glue it? I don't know. And then I cut my ends. Let's give it a try putting it on. Yep, it's nice and tight like I wanted. And I could have actually put one or two more beads in there actually, but it's tight like I wanted it. I wanted it to be that tight. I love the rocks. It's very organic and shiny looking. But see how it is? I could have actually put a few more stones, like three more stones in. Yeah. So that's it for today. This one here. I'm gonna tie this one off. Cut this off. And maybe get a little closer so we don't have those tails. Yeah, and it wouldn't hurt to put a drop of glue in there. I'd have probably glued it before I cut it. And then let it sit and then cut it. Then I pull it. I want to see, is it going to come out? No, it's in there pretty strong. Now, my one jewelry mentor, she really swears by this brand, Stretch Magic. It says, bead and jewelry cord unlike any other. It's out of Massachusetts. Pepperell, Massachusetts. But I'm pretty pleased with it. I like my design. The only other thing to stick with my threes is I would have put that one over there with that one, but I like it. I like it that way. So would these be called crystals? Tina, if you're still on there and you hear me, these are crystals. These are labradites, coin pearls, and rose quartz. It's a great combo in colors. But I'm not sure. Would these be Swarovskis? These here? Not sure if that's what they are. They sure look like it though. You know, their stuff is really nice. So let's see. These were the other things I was contemplating putting in the design. I'm not sure what beads those are. They came in some stash that I got. They're pretty, but I thought it was too contrasting. Here's with some other pearls I thought to do, these chunky ones, but I was afraid the holes would be, and so that would look good in there to put those holes. You know, instead of the flat pearls, that would look nice, but I didn't want a double chunky because I had these chunky, rose quartz. So I thought those went well. Oh. Oh, Maureen, that is so funny. My senior bracelets. So you have to tell me more. I sure wish I could hear the description of you telling that. Why do you call them your senior bracelets? Probably because that age group likes gemstones. But the younger people like gemstones too. But this Maureen is my first gemstone stretch bracelet. I don't make stretch bracelets, but I see they're popular and that's fun. That was fun to make and to figure out, and then I was like, I kept trying to get complicated and go, well, could I do part of it stretch and then do some of it wire and some of it leather? Well, I mean, they're small. I mean, you can only put so much on those things and, it's heavy. So that's why I tell people, if you're gonna fall in love with stretch bracelets, it's not a matter of when or if they'll break, it's when they will break. So you need to learn to restring them and maintain them and notice when they start to get loose, because the last thing you want to do is be in somewhere public and lose your beautiful gemstones on the floor. I've had some beautiful seed beads. There's this one bracelet that I have. It actually did it the second time. I'm in public. I look down. I grab it because, I save what I can. And I waited for years to find beads to replace those. And sure enough, I found them to redo it. the area that fell apart, and it's done it again. So I love that bracelet. My one jewelry mentor had it as a class, and we picked our colors, and she has passed, so it's pretty special to me. And because I would have never done any seed beading in my life whatsoever had it not been that was her love with seed beading. But she did beautiful stuff. But we did back then, this is 2012 on, gemstones weren't real popular. They've become popular. And, now of course they're everywhere. And I would have liked I'm going to think of some way to make one put that in there. Cause this is the gal. I got pieces of the gal's, a bunch of pieces of hers, that I take care of. The one that I told about on this one, this is hers. And she let me bring it home and restring it. I have a bunch of pieces that I think I'm going to try to put together for Valentine's Day and, put that in there. And she's really small, like her breast is really, really small. So, and that's pretty heavy, but that's a pretty cool Valentine's piece. I got 2 pink ones and a red one. So, well, that was a lot of fun. Now to clean up my mess with all of my beads and find little bags to put all these in. See if there's anything else I wanted to show you. I'm planning next week to do some rosary chain and redo this necklace that I did a long time ago. Oh, I know what I wanted to do. I wanted to add these little pieces to it. That was it. I thought this was a great place to add a button. I had some old vintage buttons, but I only had a few minutes to look through, and I found this cute little raised button. Nothing, nothing great, but if you had some vintage buttons, this would be a great place to put them. This little heart, I could just add the heart, or I could add the hands. Isn't that a cute little praying hand? Does it say something on the back? God answers prayer. And then something else that's too small. Maybe it says sterling. But anyway, I think it does say sterling. That looks too long to say sterling. I can't see what it says. But anyway, I thought that would be cute. But I think maybe I'll add all 3 of them. Yeah. If I did put the hands on there, I always want to do something in 3s. What could I put on there? I think I'll just add the heart and the button and save this for a necklace or something else. What do you think? You like? Megan says, "Where are you?" She's probably talking to Tina, because that's what with Tina, you're like, yeah, where are you? I'm always like, what body of water you looking at? And in my head, I got, when I know where she is, I'm thinking of the body of water she's at. Because she does, even her one house, she has a pond. So let's see, where would we put this? Where would we put this? We'll put it right here between these. See, that's what I like. People are talking. They know each other. They're going to go to a retreat. Fortunately, I'm not going to be able to go to that retreat. I got too many things going. Now, the one thing I like fluidness, and that's not fluid enough for me. That's too tight in there. So what I'm going to do is add just one more jump ring, so it has a little fluidness to it. No problem. No problemo. So, My hubby comes home today, and I'm very excited about that. The job that he's been on has not been going very well, and I'm hoping it didn't rain today for him, so he can be home today for the weekend. We are having a hard time. I have put that jump ring on there. It's so tight. You know what we're going to do? There we go. Just get a little aggressive with it, Wendy. You can do it. There we go. It was hard to find the opening on it. But because I got it so tight in there, I can't get it open. My hands are a little sore. I've been making a baby Afghan for my friend who's full paraplegic. She's having her first grandbaby, and she said to me, I wish I could crochet a baby blanket. And I said, honey, I can crochet you a baby blanket. So it's almost done. But I'll tell you, I worked on it so hard, my fingers are sore, or all through here is real sore because I just worked on it too much. And but I'm excited to send it. I was trying to think of what to write on it. Like, I got this iron-on stuff that I could use, so I think I'm going to write on it, Grandma Beth, like Grandma Beth did it. Like, she made it so that when the baby grows older, if they still have it. Where'd my little button go? Lost my little button. Do you see it? My little button disappeared. Oh, here it is. It got carried away. They'll remember it was Grandma Beth who made the blanket. They know it's a girl and it's due any time. So, okay, now where did I want to put this? I was going to put it between these. Now we got fluidity. I like things to be movement, have fluid, be fluid. And now that might irritate someone else that's got movement right there, but I like movement. Movement makes me happy. See? That's much better. And now this little heart, I'm just going to use a little stick. Let me find one of my smaller ones so I don't have to use the bigger ones. I organized these. I did. I organized them. So now I have to look in there and learn my new organization. I'm just going to put a pin on that one. And I really want to add one more thing, but I'm not just so sure what that one more thing will be. Maybe I could use a bead. Maybe just do a bead. So I just made a shepherd's hook on the end. I'm going to add that. Probably just going to add it right there to that same jump ring. So Maureen, I would like to see your bracelets that you're making because I'm sure they're beautiful. Okay, one more thing to make it 3. What if we put one of these cute little beads on? It's kind of neutral though, color-wise, isn't it? It would be nice if it was. Let me look into my little silver bin. I know what we can put in there. Let's put one of these. There's a little flower. Could put a little flower on there. What do you think of a little flower? Let's just put one of these. Oh, I like this. Let's put this little square on there. I like it's got color in it. That's the solution for me. This is why we collect beads, just to find that one bead that we want, right? There we go. Make a little loop. And add it to our, I'm going to put it on the other side because we already got metal on one side. Then we got the white button. Then we have this. And I just need to shut it up and secure it because that looper doesn't really, there we go. Button. I would like to have found like a glass button, and I might look in the stash better because that's just on there, but that's just a cool way to use a button. It's just a plastic little button, but I'm sure I got something in my stash. I just have to go through it. And that's it for today, you guys. Let me turn you around. My screen is saying that I have a slow connection, but it's also saying bring your friends on video. Maureen's watching. I'm just reading what they're saying to each other. Cool. Yeah, wouldn't it be fun to all get together and just have a bead party? Just a big bead party. We would make a tour of it. We'll go to Tina, then we'll go to Megan's, and then we'll go to Marine's, and then we'll come to Wendy's. We'll have a bead circuit. Just make we could do it. There's so many people on Nostalgica. We could make a year venture out of it. Well, thanks for hanging out with me today. I appreciate it. Hopefully we'll grow. We'll have more people to come along and chat with and make fun stuff together. We have a good day. Maureen goes, that would be Candy's retreat. Well, it is Candy's retreat, but we're at her place. But wouldn't it would be fun to come to your place and Tina's place and Megan's place and do jewelry on site. You know what I mean? A circuit of people. I've often thought to do a girlfriend circuit, and that girlfriend circuit would take me up north, all the way up to, I have to stop in Maine because I want to go to the bead museum that they have up there. They have a bead museum that's phenomenal. Like, they got the beaters of beaters, the seed beaters stuff up there. I'll have to send you the link. It's pretty awesome. You probably know about it. But I've always thought if I'm going to do that, I'm going to go up to Maine because I got to go there. And then I'd go all the way down the coast to everybody's house. All the way down. I didn't know anybody as far down as Tina now. So now I know someone midway. But I always thought to do, now they don't bead, but they were just my girlfriends. They like my stuff, but they don't bead like y'all do. So y'all have a good day. We'll talk to you soon. Bye now.